Hi, I'm Scott Swenson. We're at Lynn's Propane Trucks. We've got another stock truck here for you today. It's a 2021 Freightliner. It's got a 34.99 gallon tank on it, 300 horsepower, chrome, aluminum, stainless steel, front to back. Stainless bumper, stainless grille. We've got the exterior sun visor, air horns with the aluminum snow shields, bright finish heated mirrors, aluminum wheels, stainless steps. As you can see here, we've got strobes up in the front headlights. Those work in conjunction with one on the rear head of the tank. No matter which way oncoming traffic's coming, they're going to be able to see you well. Let's jump in the cab and take a look at a few of the options in there. Just to the right of the steering column, we've got a rocker switch here for the exhaust brake. Moving up top, we've got our cruise control and then our heated mirror rocker switch there as well. So not only are these heated mirrors, they're power mirrors as well. On the door, over on the driver's side, you can control the mirrors and adjust those at will. Moving down, we've got our factory rocker for the work lights. So those are two mounted on the lower rear corners of the cab and two on the rear head of the tank. They illuminate everything from the sides of the truck to the back workspace, making everything nice and safe for those late night deliveries especially. Moving across, power windows. We've got our strobe lights here, so we have the two in the headlight enclosures and then one on the rear head of the tank. Like we said, it's really nice for those roadside deliveries. No matter which direction the traffic's coming from, they're going to be able to see you. Differential lock here for the rear end. We have our regen rocker, power locks, two 12-volt receptacles for charging your phones, your tablets, your GPS, whatever it is you and your drivers use in these trucks. Up top, we have a top-of-the-line stereo system. It's AM, FM, weather band, CD, USB, MP3, Bluetooth, the whole deal. Really nice, especially with the no hands-free laws they have for phones now. Bluetooth is really a must. We'll move over to here then. We've got the base remote shutdown. This is a 3-function on this truck. All you have to have on the trucks is a single function just to shut the truck down. But this has a PTO and a throttle button as well. The nice thing about that is your drivers use it. You can haul the hose out to the customer's tank, hook it up, kick the PTO on, kick the throttle up. As the tank fills, kick the throttle down, shut the PTO off. It does two things. One, your driver uses it, so it doesn't live on the dashboard. A lot of times we see these things come in. They've been on the dash or on the floor for months. They don't work because the battery's dead. If you get pulled over by DOT, that's a hefty ticket. But also, two, you're running your pump a lot less. So he's hauling the hose out without the pump on, starting it from the tank, shutting it off from the tank. So it's only running when he's actually delivering. It's a really nice option to have. Moving down here, we have our printer stand. We make custom make printer stands to each cab, so this is rock solid. It's not going to be rattling as you drive down the road. We also have a ticket holder down there to help keep your drivers organized. I'm sure you see it in your own trucks. Can have tickets stacked on the dash, tucked away everywhere on the floor, so this just helps keep people organized. Up top here, over on the passenger side, we've got a monitor for the backup camera tied into the backup circuit, so you put it in reverse. This will come on and it totally eliminates the blind spot behind the truck. It's a really, really nice safety option. It takes a little getting used to, but once you have used it, you don't want to drive without it. It's nice. We've got it set up here right next to the mirrors on the passenger side, your spot mirror and your regular mirror. So it's almost like two stations. You're going to look at your driver's side mirror, this mirror, and as you're looking here, you can also see directly behind the truck, eliminating that blind spot. Really, really nice. The seat, we have driver's seat. It's a heated seat, lumbar support, really an upgraded seat. Armrests. May sound like overkill, but you know those winter days, hours of service are extended and your drivers are out there. They can be working 12, 14, 16-hour days. It's a nice little comfort. You jump in the truck, you've got a warm seat, you've got that support on your back that you need. So let's head to the side of the truck and we'll look at a few more options. So again, we've got the aluminum wheels, stainless step, aluminum fuel tank, aluminum DEF cover, stainless grab handle, bright finish heated mirrors. Looking over here, these are the work lights we were talking about. Toggles, factory rocker switches on the dash, So we've got these two here and then two on the rear head of the truck. But as you can see, they'll illuminate the side of the truck. Two on the back will illuminate the back, completely illuminating the workspace, making for a really safe work environment. Moving across here, spring-loaded chalk block holder, nice and easy to use. Rubber in the front and the back so it's not slamming around as you're driving down the road. And it's spring-loaded, so it's easy to secure the load so you're not losing these. Stainless fenders, stainless fender brackets. We've got a stainless fender spacer here. We set this mud flat back so you can't trap it between a snowbank and the tire and tear it off. Because we set it back, we have this spacer here, keep road grime off the back deck. Let's head to the back deck and take a look at a few more options. In the center up top here, we have the camera. So we had the monitor mounted on the passenger side right by the mirrors. Put it in reverse, camera comes on, monitor comes on, and it totally eliminates the blind spot directly behind the truck here. Like I was saying, it's a really, really nice safety feature. Just below that's the strobe light working in conjunction with the two in the headlight enclosures. Roadside deliveries, day or night, traffic coming from either direction is going to be able to see you. You're going to stand out. On either side of that, we've got the work lights. So those working with the two on the lower rear corners of the cab. They'll illuminate the sides of the truck. These two completely illuminating the workspace back here. A really nice option for those late night deliveries, especially when it's snowy, icy, rainy out. You can see where you're working, where you're walking, and keep your environment safe. Moving across here to the meter box. We have an oversized stainless steel meter box. Because it's oversized, you can do maintenance repairs on the meter without removing the box. Really nice. We've got a lot of extra room in here, so we have a little shelf in here. You keep your gloves, fittings you use on a daily basis, so they're close and handy. On the side here, we've got a spray bottle holder for a leak detector soap spray bottle. A lot of times in the summer, we'll see the drivers, they'll keep their bee killer in there, so it's nice and handy. Hose end nozzles also kept in here. Easy in, easy out. Most of the time you'll see they got a fitting attached to the deck here. You get to your stop, you've got to unthread it. You get done with your stop, you got to thread it back on. It's out in the elements. It's getting road grime all over it, ice and snow. In the meter box here, easy in, easy out, keeps it clean and dry, ready for when you're going to use it. Over on the other side here, we've got a Henne reel, polished aluminum, spec for 250 feet of 1-inch hose, comes standard with 150 feet of 1-inch low temp hose. As you can see, we've got a lot of extra room in here. The reason we overspec it is so that you can roll this up any which way you want and it's going to fit. If it's not overspec'd, you have to reel it up perfectly to fit it on the reel. And if you don't, it's rubbing the deck, shortening the hose life. It's lopping over the side, getting stuck between the drum and the frame, nicking pieces off the hose. So you have to replace it before you really should be. This reel has a guide master on it as well. This is a really nice option. So normally you would guide the hose in with your gloved hands. Anything the hose dragged through is going to end up on your gloves. This is nice and easy. You just guide it right onto the reel. It makes life very simple, a lot easier on the back as well. The deck itself, stainless steel. A lot of the piping on the back deck, standard stainless steel. Everything exposed, you can see here, stainless. You see that it's lowered. Normally, you get like an aluminum prefab deck, and they'll take it and they'll bolt it on top of the chassis rails that extend out from the rear axle. It makes it nice and easy. The only problem with it is once you put it on top of the chassis rails, everything's up higher, which means all your equipment is up higher, your load lines are up higher, and you're working up over your shoulders, up over your center of gravity all day long. With this drop deck, everything's within my center of gravity, whether I'm reeling in the hose, on the meter, or loading the truck. Speaking of loading the truck, you notice the load lines here, they're lowered and they're angled. So you just take that 2-inch load line right under your arm. Doesn't matter how tall or short you are, it's going to fit under there. As you come across, it's at the right height, the right angle. The acmes just line up and thread right on. Makes things really easy. A lot of the trucks I see, they're coming straight out, or they're high and they're angled. So you've got to struggle with it up over your shoulder. You've got to adjust it to get it at the right angle so the acmes line up. it can be really difficult. This is nice and simple, easy to use. Also on the load line, you see we've got a disc here on the Acme. Behind that's a sensor. This is tied in to the transmission. Allison has a range inhibit function, so unless that sensor senses that the cap and disc are back on, it won't let you put the truck into gear and pull away from the loading dock. So no pull away accidents. It's a really nice safety feature. Let's move to the side of the truck and take a look at a few more things. Again, stainless steel lower deck, polished aluminum hose reel, stainless fender bracket, stainless spacer. We've got the stainless steps, aluminum cover for the after treatment, stainless cover on the horizontal exhaust, stainless grab handle, bright finish heated mirrors. Also, you'll notice on the side of the truck here, we've got a hole cut in the tank rail. The reason for that is typically when drivers are out, the truck doesn't pump. First thing they want to check is to make sure the main valve is open. The last thing you want is your drivers under a truck with a PTO running. So we've got this hole right here. You can see the actuator. You can see if it's moving, if the main valve's opening. So your drivers don't have to climb underneath. Nice, simple, safe, and easy. Also, inside the chassis rails, we've got an oversized PTO shaft, straight as an arrow. A lot of times we see those come in at crazy angles. Universals, you're just going right through them. High maintenance, always greasing them. When it's straight and true, it's a lot less maintenance. A lot less maintenance. Also, with every truck, you're going to get a binder. In those binders are diagrams of everything we do, and those diagrams are color-coded. So if you were to look inside this chassis rail, you've seen a green pneumatic line. You look on the pneumatics diagram, it'll tell you where that line goes to in the front of the truck, what part and part number it's connected to, where it goes in the back of the truck, what part and part number it's connected to. Makes troubleshooting your truck and finding part numbers really easy. This truck's built, it's ready to deliver gas. If you have any questions, give us a call. 800-252-5467. We'll talk to you soon.